Okay. So, what is your name? Full name?
My name,
Yeah.
Manuel M. Martinez Chapa.
Okay. Where were you born?
In a little ranch in Sarita, Texas. It was an hacienda. There were a lot of cowboys.
Were you born like at your house or like at a hospital?
No, I was born in the house. At that time, there were no people, there were just, there were maybe 40 or 50 houses that belonged to the owner of the hacienda.
Mm-hmm.
And there were two owners, the brother and sister. The brother was John Kennedy. They call Juan Kennedy because everybody talks Spanish. And he was married to, everybody said, La Señora Elena, maybe Helen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
John Kennedy was married to her. And Doña Sarita, his sister, that's why that place was called Sarita on account of her. And she was married to, they said Mr. G's, I don't know. I don't even know what their name is. And neither of the two couples had children. But they had maybe more than 1,000 acres of land, and they had thousands of cattle.
Wow.
They ship a whole train with 40 or 50 cars on the train, where they carry the cattle. They fill them up in a couple of days, and took off in a few days. There were a lot of deer, pigs, turkeys in the woods because they took pigs and turkeys. And then they accumulate, there were thousands of them. Yeah. And from Sarita, going to the east side.
Sarita's where?
It's in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like in South Texas. I was born in Sarita, and then we went to Raymondville, 52 miles. But from Sarita, there's a main highway 77 comes from the north. It goes all the way to Brownsville. There,
yeah.
They go to Mexico. But from Sarita, going to the east side, maybe 14 or 18 miles, there was another ranch, another hacienda. They called it La Parra. And actually, I wasn't born here, actually in Sarita. I wasn't born in a little ranch, probably just a house, Going to La Parra, they call it Rancho Verde.
So you weren't even...
That's where I was born,
Mm-hmm.
And in Sarita, the owners had a house there. They had 104 rooms.
In one house?
Yeah, they had a big house. There were a lot of houses there. People, the cowboys and other people worked, But they had that house that had 104 rooms. And they had, these people, they were billionaires. They had houses in Chicago, New York, and you name it, But when they want to get out of the cities, to take a rest, they came to La Parra because they had chefs there, and everybody, they were really religious. We had to go from school to church, and Christmas, we went to the church,
Mm-hmm.
all the kids, And then after a while that we were there, Santa Claus came. A big one of the workers, they work in the hacienda. He was kind of chubby, dressed like a Santa Claus, with a big bag, And everybody was happy that everybody was poor, They gave us a little bag, paper bag like that. He had an orange or an apple, 2 or 3 peanuts and 2 or 3 candies. That was it. And maybe a little toy, a little ball or whatever, But since nobody had anything, it was really beautiful for us. And it was really nice, in Sarita, because we had this system of the marbles. Everybody was playing marbles. Their bags full of marbles.
How do you play marbles?
What?
How do you play marbles?
Well, there was a there. We used to have 3 different games, in marbles. They make a hole, and you put 2 and the other guy 2, and the whole thing had to fall in the hole or 2 a pair, because only 1 and 3 outside or 3 inside and 1 outside, you lose. It had to be in a pair. And another one, we make a ring like this, and the line in the middle. They put marbles in the middle, and so you shoot from the outside, the marbles, and hit the one inside. If your marble fell inside, you lose. So there was a system of the marble. Then there was a system of the kite. We used to go to, there was a courthouse there in Sarita. There was the school, the church, and a store that belonged to the deposit, the hacienda. And we used to go to where they had the trash and pick out papers and whatever, So we make the kites, And we find old rags, to make the thing, that you put in the kite to fly. And then there was the other system, the top monas, they used to call monas. They're made out of wood. They were like this, and then with them, and down here they had a little pico, short. It was small, but we used to take that thing and put a screw, but that long, and then you file it, I wasn't too good for that, but there was some really good, with those monas, Tap, I think they call them, they used to call them taps in English, I think. And when somebody lost, your mona went down. The other ones, there were 2 or 3 guys playing, and they hit it right in the middle, they split the thing in half. But since we were poor, very poor, My family, all the bathroom, they were outside. People dig a big hole, and they make a little cuartito there, little room, for people. Everybody had those things outside for a long time, many, even in the town,
How many would you have per, house?
What?
How many would you have per house?
Well, 1 for every house, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the people that live in the house dig the hole, and so go on that thing, and the other house had another one, another one. So
You use
so when they dig the big hole, after you go to maybe 5 or 6 feet, you find a lot of clay, kind of yellow, orange, And I used to go behind where they build those things, and got a big bunch of clay, put a little water, and make like a masa. Not really soft, Then I make marbles,
Ah,
Yeah.
innovative.
Really, they were just at the same size as the marble, And I put them in the sun, to uh,
So they
to
harden?
dry. After they were dry, I looked for a metal thing, whatever, with crayon. I painted them a different color,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody had a wooden stove. So I went in and opened the side door, had a side door, and stick the tray, of marble there. They really dry, and the color melt, they came out shiny. So I used to make a lot, so I had my pockets full of those marbles, made out of clay. So when I play with some other kids, they had real marble, I had to give 2 for one of them, So I was pretty good on the marble. I used to win a lot.
Your marbles
But,
are probably better.
It was, and I think every 2 weeks, maybe every 3 weeks, big trucks came, to all the houses. They had a bed of the truck out, but only two by 12, on both sides, They, the big boss, ordered them, but they knew what to do, the workers. They killed, cows or maybe young calves or whatever, and caught them, They came to every house, gave you a big chunk of meat, at every house. And the ladies at those times, they were really, they knew what to do,
Mm-hmm.
They get a knife, and slice it kind of thin. And they put salt and hang it in the clothesline
Beef
outside.
jerky?
In a week or so, you have jerky and if you put the jerky, the one that you put a piece of meat outside in the clothesline, in 2 weeks, it's full of worms,
Yeah.
because they put a lot of chemical now. It's not, for the people that raise cattle for meat, for the market, they inject it, but when they were kind of big, so they can start growing faster and getting fatter,
Mm-hmm.
because they want the weight, so they can make money. But what we eat is just garbage, because you put a piece of meat out there in 2 3 days, it's full of worms. And at that time, you could leave it there for 2 weeks, and nothing happened. It was really a clean meat,
Mm-hmm.
So I went down there and got a bunch and put them in the stove. Was almost always burning. On top of the stove, I put the jerky. Boy, it smelled beautiful. And I fill my pocket, when I go somewhere and eat it, but it was really nice. And another thing, when a worker tells his boss, I'm gonna take my wife or one of my sons, or the worker got sick, that he was going to Kingsville to see a doctor or to the hospital. He tells his foreman, The foreman said, don't do anything, let's wait. So he got in touch with the big shot, He said, take him to Kingsville to the hospital. I'm going to call down there. So they took him to the hospital. The hacienda was going to pay, so they give you the best service,
Oh, that's nice.
And maybe every paycheck they pay you every month, Every month they took you $5 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
From you. You never pay their account. Then somebody else got paid and got sick, and same thing, So you have everything. You never got rich, but you don't suffer there. Because you have a lot of meat, the store, whatever they pay, and you can, if the lady tells her husband, before he went to work, hey, before you're gonna go, we don't have coffee or we don't have potatoes or whatever, or beans. He said, why don't you tell your boss to lend you some? So he tell his boss, and so everybody was so cheap. They give you a book, you know, if you want $5, give you a book, stamps, or a nickel, stamp a dime, a stamp a quarter, whatever, maybe a stamp a dollar, you know. And then they did the same thing as when you go to see a doctor. They take you $1 or $2 out, they pay for those what you borrow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest brother, Juan, because there were two groups, you know, the cowboys and the campo de a pie, they call them, you know.
What is that?
The people, they were not cowboys, you know. They were fixing fences or putting more new fences, you know, to divide land, you know.
So they did like the little work.
Yeah, and they built new doors, gates, you know. And so that's where my brother, he didn't want to be a cowboy. He didn't want to go to school, so I think he went to work when he was 13 or 14 years old. When he was, and then when we moved to Raymondville, from Sarita to Raymondville was 56 miles. But going north, from Sarita to Kingsville was 22 miles. So he usually go every time that he was off, you know, to Kingsville. That's where he met his wife, Valentina. Rest in peace, both of them passed away a long time ago. So once in a while, maybe 2 or 3 months, you know, he went to Raymondville to see my mother, you know, and us, and my stepfather. And one time, my brother told me that he told my mother, I'd like to get married. Okay. I think you're only enough. He was 19. So, he said, you have any money? Yeah, I haven't cashed my check. They didn't work 8 hours there. They worked 12, 14, 15 hours. And they worked 7 days a week. So imagine how many hours. And his pay for the month, you know, was $65. I think they didn't pay him maybe 25 cents an hour.
Wow.
And he told my mother, I have the check here, I haven't cashed it. And I told my tío Pedro Martinez, and he was my wife, my mother's brother. And he lived from Sarita, going north, like going to Kingsville, but 6 miles from Sarita was a little place, Rivera. Rivera was the big one then. In Sarita, they had service station, they had restaurant, they had, in one of the restaurants, the Greyhound used to stop there, you know. So they had a lot more than Sarita. Sarita, we had only one store, was it? And the depot, you know, it was there. Because the train, they went by, stopped there taking passengers or delivering passengers. So, so he was rich, my brother, he told my Uncle Pete that he liked to get married, so he gave him $5. So he was loaded, 65 and $5, $70 for the wedding, yeah. No, it was
a lot different.
But it was alive, you know. It was beautiful, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And because you had everything. And all the children, most of the children was born, you know, not a doctor. A partera, I used to call him partera, you know. People, my grandmother, my mother's mother, she was one of those, you know. She delivered baby, you know, to a lot of people. But one of the times that I called my cousin, Trina, she was 90, I think on July. And I'm going to be 90 if God let me live alone on November
Wow.
the
Born
13th.
the same year?
It seems pretty close, but you never know. You can die, like that, I could die here. I almost died in that chair sometime back. I was having breakfast, and then Maria and Luis, my neighbor, my husband, they came. And Maria was talking with JD. And Luis was talking to me. So when they came, I finished eating, so I just turned the table, and he was standing up, and I was sitting there. And all of a sudden, I passed out. And then Luis they told me after, that he told Janie, ¿qué le pasa a tu papá? What's wrong with your dad? I talked to him, but he don't answer, and he got his eyes open. So I was out for about 4 minutes. I could have been out for the rest of my life, I could have died, but I didn't, After a while, I woke up, and I kind of felt kind of bad, And Janie had called the
ambulance.
The ambulance, yeah. So after I got a little better, they said that the ambulance was coming. I got up and Jane said, "Where you going?" "I'm going to go and sit in the couch." So I went and sit there, and they checked everything. The only thing they found that my blood pressure was really high. They want to take me to the hospital. Said, no, I feel fine. So as soon as they left, I told Jenny and Adolfo, you better get dressed. We're going to Giro, to the hospital.
Well, I heard a different story. I heard you didn't want to go.
so no, because my health insurance, I'm supposed to be in Santa Clara County, in Gilroy, or San Jose, or Morgan Hill. But I'm here, So that's why I have a doctor that there. Every month I check my blood in Gilroy because I have I take a pure blood thinner. So I have to go down there. And anyway, I think they called your mom, and the mom came here, and she called my doctor. He said, take him to the emergency. So they took me down there. I felt fine, What had happened, nobody knows. But that's why I say to my family, some people that come here that we talk, we have to be prepared, because we never know when we're going to die. I could die here sitting right now, So then we have to go to church to mass and confess, because you never know. You could be the healthiest person in the world, but you can die like that, So I pray a lot, not only for me. I usually seldom pray for me, I pray for everybody, all the sick people, all the people that have died, because it's good for them, because a lot of people that die, they have a few sins, not really terrible sins, a small sin. You don't go to heaven. You go to this guy, they call it purgatorio. And you go there, you stay there until you pay your sin, and then you go to heaven with God. And they say, in the scripture, it says about the purgatorio, that if you pray for them, when they get to heaven, they're going to pray for you, And it's a very, so I pray for all these people, that died and lost their homes on account of this earthquake and this other thing hit in Texas, and
The
and
hurricanes?
and all those other places, Florida. They did a lot of destruction. A lot of people died there. A lot of people lost their home. And now that what happened in Las Vegas, I pray for that, And in the morning when I get up, I thank God, because He gave me another day. And before I go to sleep, but I pray a lot in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, But at night, before I go to bed, I think I give thanks, for everything that I received that day. So it's good for that, to pray. You pray for something, and if God doesn't give it to you right away, just keep on doing, and don't get mad,
Okay, let's get back to my questions, please. Okay, who were your parents and what did you learn from each one?
Well, my mother, my mother, she couldn't speak English or Spanish, Well, she speaks Spanish, but she couldn't read. She usually got Mexican books, I don't know. I don't think she ever understood whatever the reading was, But and she started teaching us, Our Father and Hey Mary, full of grace, and something like that, and to be honest, be a good person, yeah. And so I learned a lot of things about my father. I didn't know too much about him, when I was small. Because my mother and my father separated, so I had my stepfather. My stepfather, he was like a father to us, So
what was his name?
Yeah, so his name Santiago Vela. My father, Lupe Chapa. Well, he used to use an L, an initial L. I think it was Guadalupe L. Chapa. Anyway, from Corpus Christi, further north, getting close to the sea, to the ocean, there was another little town, Roper, My father was a fisherman. So he went on the boats. There were a lot of boats on the boat. And there was, on the fishermen, the people that make their life on fishing, there's a system for fish, a system for the crab, and the system for the shrimp. And they went all the way for the ocean, the waves, are very high. My father used to tell me that maybe there were 2 or 3 barquitos, little boats, They're not too small, they're not really huge, But nobody could see each other, because the waves were huge, And he was a very good swimmer. Twice he fell on the boat, those things, and he survived, I think God did need him at that time, I charged 3 cents to change the shoes. But if there were two men, 2 persons, I charged him a nickel to wash.
Gave a deal.
Yeah, and it was a special to change both shoes of both guys, So, but there were a lot of other kids doing the same thing, so you didn't make that much money.
Where would you do that?
What?
Where would you set up?
No, I just go on the sidewalk, walking and see. I see somebody say, "Can I try you shoes?" I don't know. Some say, some no, and sometimes you make a few cents, sometimes you make nothing. So whatever I made, maybe 10 cents, 15 cents. On my way home, maybe a couple of blocks from our house, there was a little store. I kept to turn, There was a little store there. It's, tortilleria, they call it. they make tortillas, you know, and probably there was no machines at those times, you know. You had to make them by hand, so they were really good. And then they sell masa, you know, for the tortilla. So I went down there, gave the lady whatever I had made, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He said, can you give me some masa, you know? So she gave me a pretty good chunk of masa. I went home and told my mother, I came back already. I bought some masa with whatever I make with the child. Oh, good, mijo. We're going to have some gorditas de masa for supper. Gorditas, they were about that big, you know, but they were really fat. They put a little more manteca on those, you know. They're really good, you know. And you can open them, you know, and put beans or whatever inside. But no, I like them just
like
the
that.
way they were. Yeah, they were really good. So I think I was a good boy in those times.
Okay.
You know, and one day we were going to school, me and my brother Jose, and I always look, even now, you know, I go to Walmart, you know, when we get off the automobile, I find a lot of pennies all the time. Nobody pick up pennies. I pick them up. So I always look, and I saw a little book, you know, that was a sidewalk on the side, you know. And I went and picked up my brother. What you find? Oh, this thing, I don't know what it is. It was saving bonds. It was a book of saving bonds, worth maybe $35. But when you keep it, the saving bonds, you know, for 5 years, 10 years, they accumulate more money.
What is it?
Yeah. Saving bonds, they're for the government. You buy those on the post office. It had a bunch, and it didn't have no name. So when we got to school, I told my teacher, I found these, I don't know what they are, you know. And he said, oh yeah, these are saving bonds. He told me, what do you find? When I find them, we were walking through town by the sidewalk, you know. Maybe somebody got off the car and dropped them. He said, okay, I'm going to keep them, you know. If nobody reclaims them, you know, in a month, they're yours. They're worth money. So I think in a week later, we moved to Lifer. So we had to walk every morning from there to the school to no car, no nothing, no bicycle. So we had to walk several miles, you know, to get to school. Me and my brother, Jose Truchin. So one day, we were in the class, you know, me and my brother, you know, in the same room. And the principal came, and he leaned up and talked to the teacher. And then the teacher said, Manuel Chapa and Joe Chapa, come to the front. I almost died, you know. I said, we haven't done nothing, you know. Because at those times, you know, when somebody did something wrong, they took you to the principal. He was going to give it to you. You know? So we went down there, and then the principal said, he shook my hand. He said, congratulations, you're a good boy. He did the same to my brother. He said, because they call us from Raymondville that you had found a saving bond book, you know, and you turn it in. You could have kept it, you know, and get all the money out of that, you know. You didn't, you turn it up. And then the teacher and the principal start talking to everybody. You know. So everybody be honest and do the things that we did, you know. And they took us to every room, you know, to tell all the kids, you know, yeah. So I feel great. So then my first job I was maybe 8 or 9. Mr. Lamford, they used to call him, you know. He probably passed away a long time ago because he was an old man, and I was only a kid, you know. He passed a long, long time ago. He was the boss of my stepfather. He told my stepfather, you know, why don't, can you take your kid, you know, to certain field, you know, to work there? So I think Mr. Lamford took me, not my stepfather. He took me. It was in maybe half a mile from Raymondville, but it was other side of town. And so there was a big cotton field. The plants were about that big, but they were full of black worms. Some worms that have I don't know, it's pretty fat, you know. And those eat the leaves of the cotton, you know. And then he got a stick, you know, of wood. He said, come here, I'm going to show you what you're going to do. It was on a weekend, you know. Mm-hmm. So they went to school. He said, put the can, and there's a worm here with a stick, you know, don't get it with your hand. Get it with your stick and put it in the diesel. When you have the can full of worms, go outside the field and dump it, and get a little more diesel and do the same thing. So they took me in the morning, not too early, maybe 9 o'clock. So noon came, nobody came, you know. I didn't have lunch and no nothing. So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and nobody was, it was dark already.
And you were there by yourself?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was about 8 or 9.
Aye.
So Raymondville was there, but I didn't know anybody in Raymondville. I said, if I go this way, it's a shortcut, you know, go to Raymondville, it's going to take me a long time. It would have been safe for me to, so I went through there, you know. When I got to the branch, you know, where we used to live, you know, and my uncle, Nieves Martinez, and his wife, Tomasita, lived there. So I went there and knocked the door, nobody came out, you know, and there was no light or nothing. So I checked the door and opened, you know. It had a screen door, and then I opened the other door down there, and looking here and there, you know, finally I think at the top of the table there was a big box of matches, you know. And like one, then the lamp, you know, the kerosene lamp was there on the table. I light it up, you know, so I had a lot of light. So I went over again looking for, I was hungry, I was dying. So I went and made some cold tortillas or beans or whatever, you know. I got full. I went to a little room, you know, and I lay down in the bed. I was down, I was very tired. When my uncle came, they went to town, you know, shopping, you know, but I think it was Saturday. When they came, he told my aunt, Tomasa, we didn't leave the lights on. The lights are on the house. He said, don't get out of the car. I'm going to go and see. So he went inside, you know, and looking. Well, the lamp was in the table, you know, lighted. So he went to the other room. I was very sleepy when I came. And then he went and called my tia, you know. Oh, it was Chona's son. They used to call my mother Chonita or Chona, you know. And so they went down, they wake me up, and they make me a bed in another place to to sleep, you know, and because they was their bed, you know.
Told him your
In the
story.
morning they gave me breakfast, and I don't know how, because they didn't have no telephones, and at those times they didn't have homes at home at all. I don't know if I walked to the ranch during the day where I live, or my tío Nievo took. I think he took me to the house down there where I used to live. Yeah, but somebody should have come to look for me, but nobody came. Yeah, boy, it was a terrible night.
Did you get paid for what you did or no?
No, I never got paid.
You got left there with no food and you didn't get paid either.
No, they never paid me. I don't care. So the thing is, we went to Morin Hill, and my stepfather got a job with a company. We live in a tent, like
Hill?
Indian. A big tent. It was almost the size of this room here. Yeah. But my stepfather, he was pretty handy, you know. He went and got some board, I don't know where, you know. He found them and he made a little room outside the tent, and the kitchen was there. So my mother cooked there, you know, and at night we lived in the tent. And from there, it was outside of the little town, you know. It was a small town. It was almost about a mile to go to school. So we went to, every morning we went to school, me and my brother, you know. And I used to make me a sling job, you know, for the board, you know. I never killed board. And my brother, he was kind of dating my poor brother, Jose, you know, rest in peace, he passed away already. And he told me to make him one. So I made him one. I don't know what he did. And later I went to the place. I told my mother, we're going to go down there for the pipe, because the factory was there. They make those concrete pipes, you know. There was some pipes you couldn't walk on inside them, you know. Mm-hmm. Some smaller, some are really small, you know. And my stepfather worked with the company, you know. So we went through the pipe, you know, and my brother was screaming and yelling at me, made me one. I already made you one, what you did with it. So I don't know what he told me. And I think I gave him, no, I didn't give him mine. So he picked up a rock, you know, and threw it at me. He hit me on the side of my eye, you know. Mm-hmm. If he had hit me on one eye, I would have lost the eye, you know, because it was a big rock, you know, but he hit me on one side. A lot of blood story. Hermanito, don't tell mama, don't tell mama. Oh. So when we got home, well, I was bleeding. My mother went and got some rags, you know, and put alcohol or whatever. What happened? No, I fell down. No. I bet you hit you with a rock. No, he didn't. She knew it. I think he had it, you know. Because it was something for my brother. You know, with, he's resting in Vietnam. But
okay, when did you first get your car?
Well, when you used to be in Gilroy, I mean in Kingsville, I used to work in the Goodyear store once in a while, you know. The manager of the Goodyear liked me a lot, you know, because I was a good worker, I think. So me and my stepfather went down there every day, you know. Finally, they hired us, you know. So he had a little car, you know. So then when later on the years, maybe a year or two later, my stepfather and my mother went to California. And she kept writing me letters, you know. to go down there, you know, because it was really nice. There was a lot of work down there and everything, you know. So, but by the time, no, it was. And then they told me they would send money for the bus. I said, no, I have money to go on the bus. Those time everything was cheap. So then I told them the story when I was going to work only to a certain day. And then this guy, Lalo Lopez was his name. He told me, Manuel, how are you going to go to California? I'm going to go on the bus. Then he told me, why don't you buy a little car? He said, oh, they're too expensive. Because you need a car. If you're going to go to California, you're going to need a car down there. Let me talk to one of my friends. Across the street from the Goodyear, there was a Ford company.
Mm-hmm.
So, and in the corner that way, it was H.E. Bud, you know, it's a big store like Walmart, you know, here. The H.E.B. store was really huge. They sell everything. And the other corner here, it was a drugstore and a cafeteria next door where they make donuts. So everybody, in the morning, the guys from the Goodyear, the Ford Motor Company and the HCB went down there. They got together in the morning talking to each other, you know, drinking coffee and eating fresh donuts, you know. So he told me, I'm going to talk to one of my friends here across the street. And when I went to lunch, when I came back, he told me, you know, I find a little car. It looks pretty nice. They want $500 for it, you know. But if you pay cash, they sell it for $300. He said, if you don't have enough money, I'll give you some money to pay. No, I have enough money. So we went down there, you know. It was a club coupe, you know. It was kind of small, but it had 2 seats, mm-hmm. you know, in the trunk, you know. It was a Ford, you know, and they told me to start it. I went down there. No, it was really running nice, you know. They said, how you like it? I think I like it, you know. You want to buy it? Yeah. How much? $300. So I got the $300 to pay, you know. And and that little car we came to California. I think I used only $20-some of gas. The gas was pretty cheap, you know. And that car didn't use too much gas. But like going on the Grapevine, almost to the top, the car started smoking, you know, got hot. Hey. So I don't know. And another thing, you know, it was me and my wife, Manuel, Henry, and Janie. So we were 5. And I took another man, 2 men and a son. I took 3 more, so we were 8. So I got out of the car when he got hot, and I looked. We had passed, maybe 2-3 miles further back, you know. It was a gas station, but it was on the other side. It was a freeway, you know. Like, well, it was from LA, you know, mm-hmm. to Bakersfield. to Bakersfield. And I told Antonio, come on, let's go. Tony was his name. The other guy, I don't remember his name. But I knew Tony, he used to work in the Goodyear part-time, you know. I told Tony, let's go down there. We cross the freeway to the station to get water, you know, to put in the car. Because we were almost in the top, you know. So we went down there and told the man on the gas station that we had a problem, you know. and the car had gotten hot, you know, that he didn't have any old can, you know, or a can that I could buy to get water. Say, no, but look in the back, you know. But there were several down there of those antifreeze
Mm-hmm.
can, the plastic things, you know. They're pretty big. I think they take a gallon. So we took two or three. But when we coming back, you know, there was a pickup going that way. And so he stopped, you know, told me, where are you going? We're going to my car down there, it got hot. We're going to go down there, we get some water. Climb in, it was a pickup, you know, so we climb in the back. I'll take you down there. So he went a little further and then he find a place where we can get into the other side and took us with, thank you, we were welcome. They were really nice people. So we went and the car was already cold, you know. When it's hot, you have to wait until it's cold. So we put the water, you know, it got full, put the cap, we get it. So we went, the top of the mountain was almost there, you know. So then going down, it was easy, you know. It was a road that turned and take you straight to Irving, you know. So I went down there, find that road and turned, we got to Irving.
So what year did you get the car?
It was, I think 1950, 52, I think. Yeah. And the car then got hot again. And the car was 1947. So it was 47, 5 years old, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You buy, now, what year is right now? 2017.
Yeah.
Buy 2013 or 12. Yeah. Or, you know, it's gonna cost you a fortune,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of money. But I only pay $300, you know.
All right. When did you meet your wife?
Oh, he was funny the way my stepfather bought a truck, you know, a big truck. And we used to work in Raymondville. They built a cannery in Raymondville. My wife started working there. She was maybe 12 years old, you know, and she started working there in the cannery. My mother-in-law, the cannery was here. You cross the street, you know, you cross the railroad, and down here my mother-in-law was working as a chef, as a cook in the Mexico City. So one time we were hauling tomatoes, you know, in crates, wooden crates, you know. I took a lot of tomatoes, you know, and then my wife, she was with a bunch of people landing on the belt, you know. I think tomato went through them. And then I was loading the bike, and then a lady came by. She had a can. Because there's a small cans, and the number 2 cans are the ones that are a little fat, you know, tin cans, you know, where they pack the tomatoes or other kinds of vegetables, spinach, whatever. So she told me, oiga, señor. She didn't know my name, I didn't know her. He said, ¿a qué le mandaron? She brought me a can with the steam, you know, the steam of the tomatoes, you know. He said, allá le mandaron esto, que le diga a sus trabajadores, tell your workers, not to put this in the tomatoes, because we work very hard. He said, okay. And I told him, who sent them? He said, they young ladies down there. She sent them, okay. So after I finished, I pulled the truck out, you know, because there were a bunch of trucks in line to dump the tomatoes. So I put my truck out of the way, and I went to see my wife, who came, my wife, you know. And from there on, I kept getting conversation with her, you know. Finally, we got to be boyfriends, you know, and finally we got sick in 1947, but that's the way I met my wife, you know. And way back, you know, there was a custom, you know, that when a boy, you know, or a man, that he want to get married a certain lady, he sent somebody there, you know, to have the girl's mother the permission to give the okay so they can get married. So I sent an old man, you know, he was old man, he knew how to talk, you know, because he did that a lot of time, you know. Don Josecito, le decían, I don't remember his thing. But, and then he took another man, my friend, you know, Ambrosio, he was my stepfather, compadre. So they, both of them went to, they knocked the door, my mother-in-law, you know, and they told her what they had gone for, you know. He told yelling and them, they took off running. And then my wife, I think she told me, you know, that her mother wanted to talk to me. He said, if you want to, my wife was working in my mother-in-law, that day, she was at home in the house. He said, and she was in the restaurant. The carrier had shut down, you know, for the season. So she was working there where my mother-in-law used to work. So I went to the house and knocked the door, and she came out and said, I told her, asked her, do you want to see me? Yes, come in. I went on. He said, you want to marry my daughter? Yeah, I like to marry the daughter. I love her very much. He said, well, I'm going to give you the okay. You can marry her. Then we set a date, you know, May the 4th, you know. So we got married in April.
What
but
year?
That's the way in 1947, yeah. We got married and we had 3 children in Raymondville. And Yolanda was born because after a while we moved to Kingsville. And then I was working the Goodyear part-time. And then my brother used to live like in that corner. And in this corner here, not in the corner, but a little further from the corner, we had the house there. It was a small house, but it was okay for us. You know, kids were small. And I paid. She said, I asked the lady, how much for the rent? She told me so much. I said, can I pay it by the week instead of the month? Yeah, oh yeah. So I was paying $3.75
a week.
for the house with gas and light and water, everything, all the utility was included.
Wow.
$3.75 a week. And at that time, I got a job in a Phillips 66 gas station. So there, I worked 7 days there. And I was making $45. With the $5, I paid my rent, you know, because it was only $3.75. So I had $40, you know. We went to the store, get loaded, you know, everything was so cheap, you know. My wife we used to buy a crown steak. It was a steak, you know, and in the side of the roast, it was a rib, you know, but they were cut short, you know. That's why they call them crown rib, because it was like a crown. We used to cook those in the oven, boy, it came out really good.
What was your favorite thing Grandma used to make?
Well, everything. But she used to make me a lot because I told her that I really like lemon pie. She used to make 5 or 6 at the same time and give the pie to all the neighbors and one to my sister-in-law, my brother, one, and we crossed all the way to the other side of town and we took one to my sister. She was really a good cook. My mother-in-law was very, very good cook, you know. She said Paco because my nickname is Paco. My nickname is Paco and my wife's nickname is Paca. So Paco and Paca got together. When we used to live in Gilroy, in that house we lived 28 years, we got the room, you know, the room the Ama had. We took that room. But one day, I don't remember what happened, but I really got scared. I think I saw a vision of something. Then I told my wife, you know, I think we should move to the other room because closer to the bathroom, you know. You know, because my wife was taking that room, you know, my mother-in-law. And we get up in the middle of the night, you know, we wake her up, you know, and this way she's here in her room, you know. Okay, so we tried room, you know. After a while I told my wife, so that's why you in that room, one night, I don't know if I was asleep or awake. I heard like a noise, you know. And I opened my eyes and I saw, like from the area, from the bathroom, you know, to the other side. But the other side we had a big closet and the wall was there. Nobody could go through there because the wall was there. I opened the eyes and saw this lady with a blue dress and her hair really long. And I said, oh, it's Francisca. I told my eyes, I said, Francisca, I remember, Francisca don't have long hair. I opened my eye and I saw nothing. So he must have been Virgin Mary because she wears a blue clothes, yeah. And that how they used to cook a lot of things. You know, sometimes we were in the kitchen or we were in the middle room, in the window. People were there. Somebody's coming, passed right through the window. There was nobody.
Wow.
Yeah. One time, I went the light bulb. You know, outside we had a light outside. You know, but we had to. You had a little chain. You know. Turn it on, you know, and it burned you, the light. So one night, I told my wife, I'm going to go fix the light. Yeah, I didn't remember that it was burned out, so in case we needed sometime at night, you know. I had made me a wooden ladder. It was very heavy, you know, a heavy wood, you know. I knew where it was laying down. As soon as you got out of the house, go to the back, and it was laying there because I had just left it there. I went down there and find it. I kind of dragged it. It was pretty heavy, you know. And I felt that somebody lifted it up, you know. It was very light, you know. So I came, you know, running, you know, and threw it away and went inside the house. My heart was pounding, you know. It was, I always was very, very scared, you know. And this thing happened to me. So I went there and I got me a cup of coffee and then I told my wife.
Okay. What was your favorite memory in your house in Gilroy?
Well, in my house, well, I don't remember. I get to remember that somebody, they used to spook me. It was a haunted house.
Those are the memories.
Yeah, no, but I lived there 28 years. In the 28 years, the highest rent that I paid there, $360.
Wow.
He was losing money with us, you know. But he was a very nice person.
So
He
why
used
did
to-
you come to Los Banos?
Well, I knew that I didn't think that we were going to last there even 10 years, you know. But we lived there until 28. I appreciate that, you know. I thank God and I thank him, you know, for letting us live that long in that house. Finally, I went to we had a post office back, 1035 in Gilroy, I still have it, you know. I think we have that 1035 back for over 40 years in Gilroy. And one time I went down there, I got a little paper there, you know, to go to the front, you know, a registered letter. So I went down there, you know, I got a letter, I had to sign a paper, and they gave me the letter. As soon as I saw it, they said, it was from the landlord. He was a very nice person, you know, very, very nice person, you know. And he passed away. He got the Alzheimer's disease, you know. Passed away quite a few years back. But he was very good to all, you know, like I said, the most that I paid was $360. So we started looking for houses. The house was very expensive, you know. And to buy it, forget it, you know. So Patricia, she was like a daughter to us, you know. She told my wife, why don't you go, you and Manuel go to the Banos, the house is pretty cheap there. So that's the reason we came here, you know. We came here, look everywhere, then we find this place. And the house that my wife fell in love was the first one. It was from the office. The second one was the smallest one. It was a 3-bedroom. It didn't have a fireplace, but they could put a fireplace if you wanted, you know. Got you $975 to put a fireplace. So, and it had like a little porch in the front, you know. It was pretty nice, but the room was very small. And then I said, okay, well, we made an application. We went to Gilroy, and then well, we took a bunch of books, you know, paper, and a book that got all the designs of the houses that were building here. So I told my wife, you know, instead of buying that house, when do we get a bigger house? Because when somebody, we're going to die, you know, soon, you know. And our kids, you know, maybe they're going to have trouble selling the house, you know, because it's small. If we get a bigger house, they have a better chance to sell it. Oh, I look at you, Karen, do whatever you want. So I picked one, you know, and I picked this one. I asked the lady who did all the paperwork, you know, in the office, I said, you don't have a lot in the corner lot, you know, that, he said, yeah, you have one. This is like a corner lot, you know. But there were going to be a park here. And eventually, in the future, this is going to be a street. But they didn't make a park and they didn't make a street, you know. It's an empty lot, you know, there. So we paid $500 more because it was a corner lot, yeah. So instead of 95, 99, 99, it was 96 something, yeah.
What was your favorite thing to do when your kids were little? Like, what did you like to do as a family?
When I was what?
When your kids were little. So
When
like,
my kids were little?
yeah.
Well, we used to go to San Jose, especially Rumi Cell, whatever, because we used to sell in the Morgan Hill flea market. And I used to buy record players and radios and even television. Sometimes they didn't work, you know, but I used to work in them, you know. I didn't know anything electronic, but I used to fix them, you know. So I fell in love with doing that, yeah. And so now you can fix a TV, you know, because at that time they used little light bulbs, you know. You take them all out, you know, you have to mark them where they were to put them back. And I used to go to the Western Auto store. They had a machine there, you can check them. And if you find one or two that were worn out, I buy them there and went and put them back, and they started working.
So what did you guys do though?
So I used to love that, you know. I used to love doing that.
But with the kids.
Yeah, with the kids. Well, I don't remember if I ever did anything with the kids. My wife was the one that did everything.
Ah, the truth comes out. How did you know that Grandma Baca was the one?
That's what?
And was the one?
Well, as soon as I saw her, that was it. For some reason, I really fell in love with her. Maybe she didn't fall in love with me, you know, right away, but I fell in love with her, you know. But Ama, my mother-in-law, used to say, the lady that was the wife of the owner of the restaurant in Mexico City, she used to go with us and two other big girls, you know. So we could never be alone, you know. We were with a bunch. Sometimes I sit here and she sit there, you know, we didn't move. And so it was kind of bad, you know. I love her. I talked into her. I got married to her.
All right. So everyone said that you guys were good dancers, but who was really the better dancer?
By her.
Her?
I didn't know how to dance.
So did you plan on having 5 kids, or did it just happen?
No, well, I didn't plan to have so many kids, you know. They just came. And we had a boy, then a girl, then a boy, then a girl, and then a boy, and that was it. Yeah.
All right. Why'd you name your first son Manuel?
Well,
just because your name?
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite holiday, and why?
Christmas.
Why?
Because I love the carols of music, you know, the music of Christmas, and Jesus was born in Christmas. Yeah. I really love it, you know. My wife too. She bought a lot of Christmas things, you know, that we have a lot. More than enough.
I'm going to do a list of your favorites. So, your favorite soda.
Soda? Well, I usually don't like soda.
But when you were younger, did you?
Grape.
Grape.
I used to like grape soda, yeah.
Why? Just because?
I don't know, just what you take, it was pretty sweet.
All right,
But,
favorite candy.
My favorite candy. Well, any kind of candy, chocolate, with no nuts.
Okay. Favorite chips.
What?
Chips.
Chip? Well, pork cream, I used to love them, and Fritos. Yeah.
Fritos.
Yeah.
Okay. Your favorite kind of cookies.
My favorite kind of cookies. Well, some that were soft. Chocolate chip, probably, yeah.
Your favorite kind of cake.
Kind of cake. Well, I like this cake, ice cream cake, you know, with chocolate, yeah.
Your favorite food.
Food? Well, everything that I eat my favorite.
But if you had to choose something, what would it be?
I like fried chicken or whatever is good, you know. What I would like, I love, my wife used to make it, you know, rest in peace. Chicken with gravy, you know, and smashed potatoes, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even my daughter Yolanda, when used to come here, you know, she used to come every weekend, you know, and she make some food, you know, and cut the pieces small and put flour to make a gravy, you know. I love that, you know. And down here, I mean, everything's pretty dry. Yeah. And I like ribs, you know, when they're doing in the barbecue. My wife and my mother-in-law, they were really good cooks. Yeah.
What's your favorite dessert? Because I know you have to have dessert after every meal, but what?
My favorite, so if anything, you know, I could eat a pudding, you know.
Pudding's your favorite?
Yeah, because it's pretty soft and they're really nice, you know. Sometimes they got 3 different chocolate and other flavors.
All right. Do you remember how much a burger was when you and Grandma started dating?
What?
Do you remember how much a burger cost when you and Grandma started dating?
No, I don't think so. Well, my wife, my mother-in-law was pretty strict, you know. We had a lot of problems to see each other, you know. But to be my wife, you know, we were, I think at the start, you know, we knew that we were meant for each other. But like I say, you know, I think God put us together because Paco and Paca, I mean,
What are the
it
odds?
can never be the same again. Nobody can. I had an aunt, you know, Elena, hermana, my mother's sister. Because in Sarita there was nothing, you know, no movie, no nothing, you know. So once a year, the hacienda brought a little, like a circus or whatever, you know. Brought some small elephants and clowns or whatever. And I think my aunt went to one night to that show, you know. And she said that the clown had a little baby, you know. He threw it up and catch it, and the baby, instead of crying, he was smiling, you know. And she said that she put me Paco because with me, when I was a baby, they could do anything with me, you know. So I must have been a good baby. So and the baby, they used to call him Paco, you know, the one that the clown threw him. That's why my aunt put me Paco. And my wife, I don't know, I think her grandmother or whatever, made her name her Paca, you know.
Okay.
And my mother used to smoke, you know, and she told me once, he said, these people that smoke here, they don't have a vicio, you know, they smoke, you know, for what? I smoke, mine is a vicio, because I started smoking when I was a baby. Because, you know, the houses, not only in Mexico, even in the United States, there were houses, you know, they only had the walls and the floor was made out of dirt, you know, ground. So my mother used to go and dig the ground and eat it. And her grandma or great-great-grandma told her, no, don't that caca, don't eat that, that's bad. Here, the lady used to smoke. So he said, don't eat that, take this. Gave him a cigarette, she liked it. He said, I started smoking when I was a baby.
Oh boy. All right. With that being said, did you used to smoke or drink or anything or no?
I quit smoking and I quit drinking. I quit smoking because I thought I felt I was getting, it was doing me bad. But I could quit smoking anytime. I left it. A lot of time I quit smoking for 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 weeks, a month or more than a month. But then I started again, and then I find out, because I always suffer constipation. But when I got a cup of coffee and a cigarette, I went right away to the bathroom, you know. So whenever I quit smoking, I had to eat a prunes or eat a lot of orange juice and eat a lot of things, you know, to make me go to the bathroom, you know. But anyway, I left it, you know. There was one.
What is the best advice you can give someone? Because
The best advice,
yeah.
to be honest the first thing, and to get close to God, Jesus, and Virgin Mary. Yeah.
Okay.
And confess, you know, because
What was your favorite thing about Grandma?
because she was really a nice person. And she really took care of me. She was a great person.
If you could see her right now, what would you tell her?
I hug her and kiss her and tell her I love her.
Okay, say something.
Get up.
Okay.